All right, it's Tuesday, February 7th. This is an end of the day SPY recap. And today you can see on the daily chart, we end up with a big green bar to the upside that closed near the highs. Technically, this is a 3-bar, meaning an outside bar from this small day yesterday where we took out the low at a very funny time. And the question is it almost going to act like a 2-up bar, which is going to expect strong follow through towards those highs? That's what I'm anticipating. And sometimes you get a 3-2 continuation, but most of the time when you have a 3-bar, you have to wait a little bit since it's broadening action on its single day time frame. Either you're gonna maybe get a 3-2 up, 2 down. You can get a failure out of this bar too to continue, whichever way it closed. So it closed near the highs, and the question is it going to continue higher towards these highs? And that seems to be the likely scenario. But in terms of today, let's just look at it. You can see here's the whole thing. The Fed Chairman Powell spoke today. That caused a lot of the volatility. At some point, the market just went boom up, and then it came all the way down, and then went all the way up again. And that's what happens with algorithms and price discovery and manipulation and everything else, especially when the Fed is speaking or earnings are coming out or the economic reports are coming out. That's why you want to be out of the market during those times. So if you knew he was speaking, you certainly could have just tried to grasp what risk that was for whatever position you held. But anyway, in terms of the market itself, right at the open, you can see here it really couldn't get below the pre-market lows with any kind of sustainable red bar. I was here in the morning and I was biased to the upside, and I talked about that on the pre-market range. When I saw that open here in this little bar, then I saw the 2 down bar developing on bar 3 after 9 o'clock. I didn't really want to go short. I mean, I guess if you wanted to go short and say, okay, we just failing to go up, we're going to make some kind of run down into our gap area here, which should be support, which I discussed, then I guess you could have tried it here. And then you would have had this bar kind of closed red. Next bar tried to go lower, but just couldn't give you a red bar. And then by this 3rd bar, you had 45 minutes here to say this is not working out. If anything, what really this whole thing was showing, you were getting, you were holding in this area, and as you started up, this was a good buy signal to take out the intraday high, and then obviously it work its way up to the pre-market high, the upper blue line, and then to see if you were going to get the 2-up day. Also, at that point in time, you hadn't taken out the low of yesterday, so you were kind of down here, so you were just looking for a 2-up day kind of to form, and I guess that's what happened. It went up. Then this volatility is where it came all the way down to take out the low yesterday. It took out stops here, the low yesterday, and that's what a market will do when it's just faking you out with breakouts up and down and taking out stops. Then it immediately had the I guess this one is a kind of a 2-1-2 reversal back, and then it went all the way back to the highs. For my trading, I had to leave, early, and it was quick. Once I kind of watched the market not going down, I bought today Disney, Boeing, and SPY calls as the market was kind of making that turnaround, later into the morning, and then I had to leave. So I just took some quick profits on all of them, and that was it. But even if you got long here and you held on through all of this, and it was starting, you would have broken even at the worst. Obviously, I scale out, and that's why it would have been a gain no matter what. Once I saw a big gain here, I know I would have been taking all kinds of profits along the way up, just intraday. But it was the type of thing where when you get that, you get the Fed speaking, there's going to be a lot of volatility. So you got to keep that in mind and know your economic calendar, so to speak. So anyway, we end up with the up day. This was kind of the whole expected move given the last 3 days here. Now we have a weekly chart that's still inside, and it was kind of a turnaround Tuesday. Let's see if we follow through higher. Again, keep in mind, this is technically broadening action, so maybe we come up, but if we start up and can't reach these targets for some reason, and then maybe come to the midpoint of that bar, or maybe, Wednesday go up and can't really follow through, and then Thursday you can get a reversal out of this to the downside too, but you're not expecting that right now. And the monthly chart, that's still what's nice about this is now we're starting to stay green and head up, and we're starting to get I wouldn't call it the middle of the month, but as each day goes by, that open becomes more and more stable in terms of staying green. So, that's something to keep in mind too, especially if we follow through higher in the days and weeks ahead. So anyway, it was a good day to the upside if you were biased that way and just patiently waited for the right opportunity. If somehow you wanted to go short here and, you just had to know the context was really to the upside. And if you didn't get your follow through, you had to get out here and just, not necessarily get long immediately until you saw it heading up. But, you shouldn't have got hurt if you wanted to just take an aggressive play and think maybe we were going to get a big drop. So that's what it is for today. Interesting day. This shows you that algorithms exist in these markets and they're taking out stops up and down, whether it's due to news releases or whether it's just general price action. That's what prices always do in broadening out. And that's the thing, I and strat players and, and other participants look to take advantage of.